Good afternoon. This is Sheri Ann Richerson from experimentalhomesteader.com. I'm also the author of The Complete Idiot's Guide to Year-Round Gardening and The Complete Idiot's Guide to Seed Saving and Starting. And I want to say, first of all, that it's really great to be here. I do want to let you know if you have any questions to feel free to ask me those, and I will try to get those answered for you. August is a great time for seed saving, and that's because so many plants this month are going to seed. You don't want to pick them too soon. Do not pick them when the pod is still green. The pod is the thing that the seeds actually mature in. You want it to turn brown. If you feel like maybe it's going to turn brown and pop open, and a lot of seed pods do, you can use something like a footie off of a pair of pantyhose to tie around that stem. Just tie it gently so you don't damage the stem, because you need the stem and the pod to die back and turn brown on its own. And then if you tie that, when the seeds pop, the pantyhose will actually catch the seeds. The other thing that a lot of people don't realize is when you are saving seed, you need to watch the weather. If it's going to rain, or if there's going to be a lot of moisture in the air, you don't want to leave those dried seeds on at all. You want to get them off when they're as dry as possible. If you have to bring them in and they're still, say, have morning dew or whatever on them, spread them out really well. Maybe run a fan, not directly on the seeds, but like over the top of the seeds, so that they get good and dry. Okay, I'm kind of trying to watch for some questions here. I'm not seeing any at this time. So I hope I'm not missing them, because this is only the second time that I've gone live. So if I am missing them, I do apologize, and I will answer them later. The other thing that I would like to talk to you about is starting the garden, the fall and winter garden. It's not too late. You need to pick cool crops, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower. You may still have time for another round of green beans. Carrots you could do. You could do potatoes, but I don't plant those here in Indiana until somewhere between the end of November and the end of December. That's when I found they perform the best, because I can plant them, I can cover them. When spring comes, they start growing. I can keep adding my soil back to them, and by the end of May, I'm digging fresh potatoes from the garden. Okay, so all of your cool crops, go ahead and plant those. You can overwinter carrots in the ground. You want to put a thick layer of mulch, like straw, on top of them, so that you can pull that back and you can dig them through the winter. If you have potatoes you want to leave in the ground, you can do the same thing with those. Just put a thick layer of mulch so you can pull it back and dig the ground, because you know your ground's going to freeze. If you're planning to plant potatoes in November or December, August is a great time to dig that trench. We dig 12 inches down. We layer the bottom maybe inch or two with some stuff that we pull out of the chicken coop. It's a combination of straw, chicken poop, etc. And on top of that, so that is not touching our potato seed, we put a layer of leaves and grass clippings. And so the manure is down there for the nutrition, but then we have the other stuff on top to keep the plants from actually touching it. But most of what I take out and put in is already starting to decompose anyway. So, no problem there. And then on top of my potatoes, I put either the leaves, the grass clippings, or a layer of clean straw. And then I cover that with a little bit of soil. You can layer the whole thing in a sheet of plastic and tack it down if you want to, but you don't have to. That's the great thing about it. The potatoes will live in the ground just, by putting them in. I don't put a thick layer of anything over my potatoes. I just watch them. If they start to grow because of a mild winter, then I go ahead and cover them up. I do see that there are some of you on here, and I want to say hi and thanks for tuning in. Does anybody have any questions? See, let me, oh, okay, I guess I don't do that. Okay, well, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will be coming on here live just random. So just keep an eye out. I think there's a way that you can follow me so that you will get the pop-ups. I know that I get pop-ups for certain people when they come on live. And I want to encourage you to come over to my website and check it out. It's experimentalhomesteader.com. And the other new thing that we have right at the top of the screen, on Facebook, I have an app that you can go get. And with that app, you will be able to see all of my updates on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also see some photos that I take and some videos. Those will be changed out every so often. And for those who are local, there's a loyalty card. Buy 6 dozen eggs, get the 7th dozen free. So thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great night.